I want to be clear about something before I begin. I'm not telling this story to convince you of anything. I'm telling it because pretending it didn't happen didn't stop it from following me. And because, if you ever hear your town answer you back, you need to leave. I moved to Ashwood, Oregon because it didn't exist on most maps. That sounds strange, but it was the first thing that caught my attention. I was scrolling through old county listings late one night, looking for cheap rentals, the kind nobody wants. Ashwood showed up as a gray dot. No photos, no reviews. Population, unrecorded. The rent was impossibly low. I assumed it was a mistake. It wasn't. Ashwood sat an hour off the highway, past a stretch of road where cell service died suddenly, like someone had flipped a switch. No signal, no radio, just static. When I crossed the town line, my car clock reset itself. It jumped backward from 6:41 p.m. to 6:17 p.m. I remember that clearly because I laughed. I told myself old towns mess with electronics all the time. I wouldn't laugh later. Ashwood looked frozen, not abandoned, that would have made sense, but paused. The gas station lights were on, but no one stood behind the counter. The diner sign buzzed softly, stuck between open and closed. Houses had lights on behind curtains, but no movement. No dogs, no kids, no wind. Just the sound of my own engine idling too loud in the silence. The rental house was at the edge of town. Small, one floor, old wood, the kind of place that creaks even when you're standing still. The key was already under the mat. That should have been my second warning. The first was the note taped to the front door. It said, "If the town speaks to you, do not answer." No signature, just that. I slept badly the first night, not because of nightmares, but because of something worse. Nothing happened. No sounds, no creaks, no distant traffic. It felt like sleeping inside a recording that had been paused. At exactly 6:17 a.m., I woke up, wide awake. No alarm. My phone lit up by itself. No notifications, just the lock screen and the time. 6:17 a.m. The same minute my car clock had reset to. I told myself it was coincidence. That's what you always tell yourself first. The first time the town spoke to me, it didn't use words. It used echoes. I was walking past the diner when I heard footsteps behind me. Slow, even, matching mine perfectly. I stopped. The footsteps stopped. I turned around. No one was there. But when I took a step forward again, the footsteps continued, right behind me. Too close, like someone walking inside my shadow. That night, the radio turned on by itself. I hadn't plugged it in. Static filled the room. Thick, heavy, layered static. Then a voice cut through. Not a broadcast, not music, just a man speaking calmly. "Welcome home." I unplugged the radio. The voice kept talking. I didn't leave. That's the part you're probably judging me for. But leaving Ashwood felt wrong, like trying to leave in the middle of a sentence. On the third day, I met someone. A woman stood at the gas station pump, staring at the price display. She looked normal, tired, human. Relief flooded me. "Hey," I said, "do you live here?" She turned slowly. Her eyes were bloodshot, like she hadn't slept in weeks. "Don't answer it," she said. "Answer what?" She leaned closer. "The town," she whispered. "It listens." Before I could ask anything else, she walked away, straight into a building with boarded-up windows. She didn't open the door, she just passed through it. That night, I heard my name, not spoken, breathed, right outside my bedroom window. I didn't look. I remembered the note. If the town speaks to you, do not answer. So I stayed silent. My heart pounded so hard, I was sure it could hear it. The breathing stopped. Something scratched the glass. Once, twice. Then a voice, perfectly matching my own, said, "Are you there?" The next morning, my reflection lagged behind me in the mirror, just slightly. When I raised my hand, it followed a second too late, smiling when I wasn't. I finally decided to leave on day 5. I packed quickly, didn't eat, didn't shower. I got in my car and drove towards the town line. The road stretched longer than it should have. The trees closed in. The gas gauge dropped faster than possible. Then I saw the sign again. Welcome to Ashwood. I had driven in a circle. Impossible. I slammed the brakes. The engine died. The radio turned on. This time it wasn't static. It was dozens of voices, layered, whispering, familiar. Neighbors, friends, people I hadn't thought about in years, all saying the same thing. Answer us. I screamed. That was my mistake. The moment my voice filled the car, the whispers stopped. The silence returned, and the town answered back. Every light in Ashwood turned on at once. Every door opened, every window lifted, and from every building came the sound of breathing. Slow, patient, listening. The radio crackled one last time. "You heard us," the voice said calmly. "Now we hear you." I don't remember how I escaped. I don't remember driving. I only remember waking up on the shoulder of the highway, miles away, at 6:17 a.m. My phone had signal again. Ashwood was gone from the map, gone from search results, gone from everything. I thought it was over. I was wrong. Because sometimes, late at night, when the world is quiet, I hear footsteps that match mine, and my radio still turns itself on, and a voice that sounds exactly like me whispers, "Welcome home."